Need to turn the music off. I can hear that.
I don't have it on.
Whatever, I can hear. All right, I can hit record and you want to start, or
Okay.
is your microphone volume on?
Hello, everyone. This is Joe Blanton. I want to welcome you to the presentation tonight of the Vibrational Self-Care Tools for self-healing. I'm all about living the energized life and living life to the fullest. This is me at 12,000 feet on Mount Charleston, just outside of Las Vegas here. I hiked up it 5 times last year to the top, and twice in the winter, 3 times in the summer, and I've actually camped out on the other side of that flag. Amazing experience. And I checked another one off my bucket list last July, a year ago this month. I climbed Mount Shasta, which is my first 14,000 plus foot mountain. We hiked in the first day to base camp, about 9,000 feet, got up at midnight, left camp at 1 o'clock in the morning, and climbed through ice and snow for 10 hours with crampons and ice axe to get to the top. It was an amazing climb. So anyhow, what is it you want to accomplish that, and how, you know, where better health would help you do that. You know, when we have our health, life's a lot of fun. So that's all we're all about. And today what we're going to talk about is the invisible difference of the Vibrant Self-Care products, because most of our products look like everybody else's products. But we have a unique way through zero-point technology of infusing what we call human blueprint frequencies, which we'll go over those also, into the lasers, into our frequency disc, into our lotions. Everything we have is infused with frequencies that match the optimal wellness of the body. We'll talk about energy, the body, and the biofield. We'll show you some of our science and research. And then we're going to cover the lasers and the EMF protection mostly. And we're going to let you understand the true difference between coherent and incoherent EMF. So this is a good time for the fine print. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA, and these products are not intended to diagnose, treat, mitigate, cure, or prevent any disease. And they don't. You know, the good thing is they don't. Only the body can heal itself. Nothing else heals the body. It puts the body in a better position to heal itself, and that's what we do naturally. Back about 1934, Albert Einstein said the future medicine will be the medicine of frequencies, and that's what we're talking about here. So Vibrant's made a quantum leap in vibrational wellness with the introduction of the next generation of lasers. Okay, our lasers look like everybody else's until you turn them on. And we use sacred geometry, the octahedron and the Tesla coil. You'll see that all back through history to introduce the invisible difference into your body. And then the body takes over and heals itself. So I want to help you think in terms of the invisible creating the visible. Okay, one of the geniuses that thought in the invisible was Nikola Tesla. He said, if you don't want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And those things are synonymous. You can't have one without the other. And in the vibration is where the information for that frequency is in the EMF, the electromagnetic field of the frequency, which is the vibration. So everything is energy, and energy vibrating at a frequency. The frequency that you're vibrating at determines the state of your health. You know, no exceptions. So another genius was Albert Einstein. His thing is the field is the sole governing agency of the particle. And quantum physics is, you know, proven that over and over and over. The field around us creates us. We are the particle in this scenario. And the field around us is called the biofield. It actually gives life to and animates our physical body. So let's consider the power of the invisible. Here we have a cell phone tower and a cell phone. Well, the cell phone tower gives energetic life to the cell phone, and the cell phone talks back or gives information and feedback back to the cell tower. And there's constant communication here. You know, people think it's only when you're making a phone call, but that 5G signal or 4G signal is going back and forth every few seconds. That's how the cell phone and the towers know where you are anywhere in the world, and you get a call within seconds. Okay, so that's how that happens. It's a continuous conversation between the cell phone tower and the cell phone, and that we have the same thing with the biofield in our body, continually communicating. And when that communication is healthy, again, everything, all living organisms vibrate energy. And if you're out in nature, the body recognizes that energy because it's coherent energy. And it, the body knows what it's saying, so to speak, with the information that's vibrating. Well, we have a lot of man-made EMF here with smart meters and smart cars and power lines, microwaves, all that. And so that's incoherent energy, information, and it interrupts our body's ability to communicate with the biofield, or the biofield's ability to communicate with us. And so let's talk a little bit about, well, okay, man-made electrical radiates harmful EMF. It's the incoherent EMF information in the electromagnetic field of the 5G signal, 4G, 60 cycles, anything, all man-made frequencies. All right, so let's talk about coherent and incoherent information. When you have coherent energy or information, it allows your cells to better communicate wellness to your muscles, your bones, your tendons. Your cells communicate better cell to cell and body to biofield. So if you have, and this is what your blood looks like when you have coherent communication. Your blood's free flowing, it's all separate, communicating well back and forth, gives you better microcirculation, more oxygen in your blood, and the body's better able to heal itself. Incoherent energy is not allowing the body to communicate on a cellular level or between the cells in the body. So it injures your body. Your muscles ache, your pain, it lowers your vibration. And this is what your blood looks like when it's not communicating. It's all sticking together. It's a mess, okay? It's vibrating lower. So, life's a lot of fun when your blood's communicating. You can have a lot of fun, you're in balance, you're flexible, good information, good communication. When you have incoherent information, the body is in pain. And so, one's fun, one's not fun. Coherent waves are in sync or in phase, and then incoherent waves are not in phase, they're out of sync. So that's kind of a simplified version of the science. Now, what are human blueprint frequencies? They are optimal wellness frequencies for muscles, tendons, skin, bone, tissues, kidneys, eyes, etc. Everything's vibrating at an optimal wellness frequency when it's healthy. So a muscle, a healthy muscle vibrates at a specific frequency, and it's in resonance with the biofield. Resonance is the path of least resistance, or the most communication. And so everything feels good. Now, if a muscle's hurting, it's vibrating lower than optimal wellness frequency. It's in dissonance with the biofield, or a lot of resistance. The more resistance, the more pain with the biofield. So it's poor communication. This is the pain scale. When you're in resonance, when you're conversing, the conversation's going smoothly and there's no resistance, there's no pain. Okay, and then the more dissonance or the more static you put into the communication, the harder it is to hear. The poorer the cells are communicating with each other, the more pain you're in. It's really, quite simple. Bruce Tanio is the one that diagrammed the human body frequencies. And so I've kind of added it to a spiral of health here. And so the healthy body vibrates at 62 to 78 megahertz. A healthy brain vibrates from 72 to 90 megahertz. The heart's vibrating 67 to 70 megahertz. And disease starts when you bring your frequency, your vibration, down to 58 megahertz. This is where candida and stuff like that, the body becomes a host for that. And then you're receptive to cancer when you're down to 42 megahertz. Okay, so death begins at 25 megahertz. So you have coherent communication in the body, which keeps your frequency higher, or you have incoherent communication in the body, which lowers your frequency. This is the language that reflects how you're feeling. If you're optimistic and laughing a lot, if you're satisfied, you have a lot of love in your life, a lot of joy, then, you're vibrating higher. If you worry a lot and worry and fear will take your vibration down quicker than anything. You know, he wrote a book on resentment and resistance and stuff, causing diseases in the body. Hate and anger will take you down really quick. So, you know, you have good vibrations or you have bad vibrations, and your feelings tell you what your vibrations are. Words create, you know, thoughts create your words create your feelings, and feelings determine your vibration, so to speak. So you can monitor yourself here. Okay, you're either moving up the spiral of health or you're moving down the spiral of health, because you can't stand still. Nothing stands still in the universe. Okay, and the lower your vibration of your body, the lower your body's vibrating, it becomes a host for microscopic invaders. So our goal is to help you raise your vibration effortlessly with the Vibrational Self-Care Tools with optimal wellness frequencies infused in them. So again, we're back to the invisible difference here. Ours look like everybody else's, but they're not equal, okay? The red lasers, for instance, are not equal. Your standard red laser has 10 frequencies in the color red naturally that match optimal wellness for a musculoskeletal body, okay? What Vibrance does is adds 92 more optimal wellness frequencies via the 0-point technology with the octahedron and the Tesla coil. And so we actually infuse 102 blueprint frequencies, human blueprint frequencies, in a complex waveform. And then self-healing can be a response to that information. We have to be careful how we say that, as you understand. So Vibrance natural lasers. You know, we have the red natural laser. We have it with the octahedron and the Tesla coil. We have the green natural laser, same pattern, only green. And then we have the violet natural laser, which same pattern, only violet. So the red laser has frequencies added for musculoskeletal, for bones, ligaments, tissues, etc. The green laser has internal organ systems added for internal organs, okay, like the kidneys, the gallbladder, things like that. And then the violet laser has frequencies added for antiviral, antifungal, and antibacterial, okay? And so this is what the red laser does according to science, okay? There's two mechanisms that are enhanced when the red light hits the mitochondria and the cells. So if you're sluggish, if you don't have a lot of energy, the mitochondria in your cells have got inflammation, and so with inflammation, they end up with too much nitric oxide and not enough oxygen. So as soon as the red laser hits the mitochondria, it balances that out, and it kicks out the nitric oxide and allows oxygen into the mitochondria to allow the mitochondria to more efficiently produce energy, which is our ATP. They're the energy source in our body, the life force energy. And so the second one is hormesis. Okay, hormesis is building up the cell's antioxidant and anti-inflammatory defense system that ultimately makes your cells healthier, more energetic, more resilient, more tolerant to stress, and helps prevent the buildup of free radicals. So that's in a nutshell what the red light does when it hits the mitochondria in the cells. Okay, there it is. So everything we have is tested by independent laboratories. The GDV camera testing is done by Dr. Kuhn here, okay, using a gas discharge visualization camera that takes a picture of life force energy around anything that's alive. And in water, it'll also measure the life force energy in the space of a room. It can measure your immune system functions, which ones are online. It's an amazing piece of equipment. And so Dr. Kuhn tests our stuff that way. So activating the mitochondria is the key. NASA says that when you injure the body, like with a cut, it lowers the frequency dramatically right then. And the mitochondria and the cells curl up, figuratively speaking, like a hedgehog, and they stop communicating, stop producing ATP. That's why you have excess bleeding, you have swelling, possible infections, because your immune system's locked up. And so when you hit it with the red laser light, it instantly relaxes the mitochondria. They open up, they start enhanced communication because now they've got more oxygen producing more ATP. And so cellular repair in the moment begins with the red laser light. This is a demonstration of how that happens. This is a 48-year-old lady. This is her blood prior to. And then the microscopist, Marianne, just shined the laser light on her chest for 5 minutes. And then this was her blood. So this actually happens in like 1.5 to 2 minutes. We've continued the testing here. And so it quickly brings the life force energy back into the blood, separates the blood into free flowing for better microcirculation, and picks up more oxygen. So that's what the body needs to heal, no matter what label's been placed on the body. So the fate of our cells is determined by the chemistry of our blood. Dr. Bruce Lipton, he's the father of epigenetics, and his Biology of Belief is an excellent book. So Dr. Kuhn's test on tap water is one of my favorites. She wanted to know what the effects of the red and violet laser would be on tap water. So she took the life force energy reading of a drop of tap water, and that's on the left, and you can see the life force energy there of a drop of standard tap water. Then she lasered the same size drop with three minutes with the red laser, and you can see we've increased the life force energy. I'm saying about 30% or so. And then she did 3 minutes with the violet laser, and maybe a little bit more energy there. So we had about 30% life force energy into the blood. It actually happens, we've continued that testing in about 30 seconds. And it also neutralized the toxins, which made the water wetter, which means it hydrates the body better and gets into the cells easier that way. So then we had somebody drink the water, and this is their biofield before and after drinking the laser tap water. On the left is the before with all the gaps, and every place there's a gap, every place along the biofield relates to a part of the body that it's creating. And so every place there's a gap, there's potential dis-ease in the body. So we brought the symmetry of the biofield back into much more of a symmetry, protecting the body and communicating better with the body. The key here is our blood is 94% water. So when you're lasering our body, if we've got a problem with the knee, anything going on, when we're lasering our body anywhere, we're lasering the blood water for our whole body, because our blood circulates 2 to 3 times a minute through the whole body. So we're adding life force energy, neutralizing the toxins, increasing microcirculation, and more oxygen in the blood cells, which is pretty strong. It's what the body needs to, again, repair itself. This is another test we did. I was at a expo, and I had Mary do, she was doing readings. So I had her do my aura and chakras, basically yellow, which is abundance, knowledge, wisdom, creative, and philosophical. So then I lasered each of my chakras with the red laser for 30 seconds, and then went back 30 minutes later or so, and this was my aura and chakras. And you can see this is white, basically, you know, beyond physical, transcendent, and higher dimensions. Off the chart on the top and the bottom, much wider, and all the chakras are spinning much more succinctly and balanced out. So I like to laser my chakras morning and evening now. It's, again, I'm all about prevention and living life to the fullest, not waiting until something happens, you know. So these are our energized pendants and frequency disc. And we've done a thermography scan here, and on the left, on this one, all the places where there's red, there's inflammation and heat. And then we had the chiropractor that did this pick his own person, do this test. Then we put one of our pendants on, and about 60 seconds later, ran the test again. So you can see how much inflammation we took out of the neck, how much better the circulation is. Green has better circulation also. So we improved the circulation, took out the inflammation, more range of motion, you know, pain, it takes the trauma out, less pain. So that's just another demonstration scientifically of how we work with pendants that look like everybody else's, but the invisible difference makes a huge difference. And that's what we're all about, is helping you make a difference. So the laser takes you there, takes you into a parasympathetic, relax and restore, relax and heal mode. And then the pendants keep you there. And that's what we're all about, is keeping you in that relax and repair mode. So my definition is pain is lack of oxygen on a cellular level. It's really just that simple. Okay, and so when you hit the body with the laser or any of our products, it adds life force energy into the blood, as we've discussed, increases microcirculation, increases oxygen in the blood, moves the body into parasympathetic, relax and restore, gets it out of fight or flight, which is stress, enhances cellular communication between the body and the biofield. It's a recommended treatment, you know, on existing things going on in your body. 2 to 3 minutes at a time is all it takes to accomplish these parameters here and help your body, you know, be in that parasympathetic mode a little stronger, and then heal itself. And you can do it as often as you choose. You cannot do a laser, one of our lasers. I'm not speaking for any other laser there. And now here's a little more evidence of how we work. This is my chin, I was hiking on top of Mummy Mountain, 11,500 feet. And I went to jump from one rock to another. My pant leg caught, went face first, almost did a good push-up, except my chin hit really hard. So I saw stars. So anyhow, I jump up, grab my handkerchief, my red laser, I keep it with me all the time. And then started lasering it. And it was about 3/4 of an inch wide, hanging open about 1/4 of an inch, and it was really deep. Okay, when I finally took the, I lasered it for probably 3 or 4 minutes before I took the Band-Aid off. And I didn't know what it was in because my cell phone was dead, the battery was dead, I couldn't see it or anything. And I'm 3.5 hours from the bottom, got hiking to do. Well, as soon as, in about 30 seconds to a minute or so, the trauma left my chin, the pain was gone, and the shock was gone. And then I realized I jammed my left thumb pad real bad. And so I started lasering between it and my chin back and forth. And in 30 seconds to a minute or so, the trauma was out of my thumb. And I noticed that my index finger on my right hand was hurting. I jammed it. So I'm lasering between the 3 of them coming down the mountain. So I got 3.5 hours of hiking to do. And then I get to the SUV, head into Vegas about an hour away, get into Trader Joe's 4.5 hours later. And that's when I realized what it was. I saw the gash and hanging open. So I just butterflied it closed. And then the next morning, I continued to energize it. The next morning, when I took the Band-Aid off, it was looking like this, okay? And then the second morning, it was looking like this. I kept energizing, lasering it off and on through the day. And then today, well, I was actually shaving over it 4 days later, no stitches. And then today, you can't even find a scar on it. So that's the red laser fast aid is what we call it, helping your body heal itself in real time. No swelling, no infection, and heals itself in about 1/3 of the time. So a year ago, January, I was painting my bedroom and talking on the phone, and I had a piece of copper laying on the floor about 2 feet wide, 6 feet long, I used for grounding. And I went to slide it over with my bare foot, my left foot. And so all of a sudden I realized that I had cut my foot about 1.5 inches long. So needless to say, the phone call stopped, grabbed some paper towels and my red laser and started lasering it. So I lasered it for a few minutes and it looked like this. And so I actually took one of our pendants, I'd actually put Band-Aids over this, and then put one of the pendants alongside it, put our 3.5 inch frequency disc under my foot, put a sock on, and went back to painting my room. So I only had about an hour of downtime, and I was back painting my room. And then 48 hours later, this is what it looked like, and it healed up, no stitches. And today, if I look real close, I can see a hairline of maybe a scar. Again, it's after the red laser fast aid treatment. So this is that disc I was talking about, the hexagon disc in the upper left-hand corner. It's what I put under my foot. This is an interesting disc. We have an 8 inch round and we have the 3.5 inch here. And they were originally designed to set food and drinks on. If you put fresh baby spinach on an 8 inch disc in your refrigerator, it'll last a week or so longer. Bananas will last longer, ripen quicker, last longer, and stay fresh. But we found out of the body that it'll actually help heal the body by, and if your dissonance is enough, if your frequency is low enough from optimal wellness, hurting bad enough, it'll actually stick to your skin just like a magnet to metal, and it'll hang there until it entrains the frequencies up, and then it'll fall off. So you don't want to be standing on concrete. And the pain's gone or 90% gone. You've got more flexibility. It's just an amazing tool for people that have back trouble, sleep on it at night under their back and wake up refreshed. People that have them in their car because if they drive long distances, they get out, you can't hardly stand up or walk. And with the frequency disc supporting optimal wellness frequencies, they have no problem when they get out to get gas or whatever. So this is our intention disc and our Orion disc, and both of them are about clearing active cellular memory of emotional trauma and It also clears toxic wave, the frequency intention disc clears toxic waveform from food and drinks and stuff like that, and personal care items. So you want to use this or one of our discs on all your personal care items, your shampoos and lotions and stuff like that. So the anybody got one of these? Got cell phones, use Wi-Fi, watch TV, etc. Well, this is what our environment looks like. This is what our cells look like. This is a healthy cell, and then this is a damaged cell. This could be from x-rays, it could be from smart meters, it could be from cell phones, toxins, chemicals, different ways. This particular, okay, the left side is with vibrance and the right side is without vibrance, all right? Because vibrance actually transmutes, which we'll get into in a second here, the harmful field to a beneficial field. So this picture here of the damaged cells is actually a 6-year-old girl. It's a real live picture of a 6-year-old girl using a cell phone all the time. So that's what we're up against. These are coherent waves. They're communicating beautifully. And these are incoherent waves. They are not communicating with each other well at all. So this is the environment where you're in right now. No matter where you are, this is what the space in the area you're in looks like. The radio stations are coming through, all the TV stations, all the cell phone signals. That's why you get a cell phone call instantly. And then we add our own devices to our internal space here. You know, the smart meter on your house, the electrical wiring, refrigerator, Alexa, all the conveniences of Bluetooth devices are also creating an EMF smog, electromagnetic field smog, in your area and in your biofield in your body. So what we have are serious earth strips and personal environmental transformers that actually transmute the harmful EMF exposure to beneficial frequencies or EMF for the human body. We don't change the frequency. It's a field that the frequency creates that's the problem with the body. That field is either coherent, communicates with the body like in nature, or it's incoherent, like man-made generated frequencies. And so that protects us from the electromagnetic field, from hair dryers and cell phones, stuff like that. They contain blueprint frequencies that bring the body into balance and homeostasis. Now, the earth strips are made up of plants, pieces of plants, and minerals. So they're organic, and we have a symbiotic relationship with plants. There are several plants that thrive under high tension wires, where we don't thrive, okay? Under high tension wires is very harmful to our body, but these plants thrive under there, and we have a symbiotic relationship with plants. You know, we transmute oxygen into carbon dioxide, plants transmute carbon dioxide back into oxygen for us. So they do the same thing with these frequencies, along with the minerals added. So it looks like sandpaper. And then the personal environmental transformers are a tetrahedron with frequencies added that take care of the spatial area of the room. And 3 of these will take care of about a 2,500 square foot home. So we also have the Orion disc pendant for our body. The frequencies in this pendant actually transmute the harmful 5G EMF, any of the EMFs, to a beneficial EMF for the human body, for you, for yourself personally. So vibrance is changing harmful EMF to helpful EMF for you and yours, all right? And if you have one of these earth strips on your cell phone, that will actually protect you and the person you're calling and your earbud or your Bluetooth headset while you're on the phone with it. It actually becomes healthier to be on the phone because it's a coherent EMF now all the way through to the next person. And this can be demonstrated long distance. I've demonstrated it on conference calls with multiple people, or, you know, so it's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun with it. So we also have our cosmonutraceuticals. Everything we have is toxic free and edible with added frequencies for energetic living. I use all these, okay? I'll talk a little bit about the Arc Vision here. I used to wear contact lenses and reading glasses. And now the only time I wear glasses is for driving at night, for long distance, for distances. I don't need them for driving. I don't need them. I can read as fine a print as you put in front of me with no glasses. And I the only time I put them on is driving at night. And so I had I did a header in the mogul snow skiing a couple of years ago. and I went to replace my glasses, the one lens I lost, and took my old prescription with me and got a new prescription, got the lens replaced, and the doctor said he had never seen an eye correct itself the way mine had. So I smile a lot, okay? And that's what we're all about, is helping the body heal itself. Now we have the Om Silk here, which has some of the clay and crystals in it. It's a package that you do, that was 4 masks, and this is Harriet. She did 1 mask a week for 4 weeks, and you can see the difference here. She smiles a lot. You got to see her now, okay? She's getting even better because she still uses the product. And then this is incoherent communication waves in the body. This is coherent waves in the skin and the body. All right, we have an oral care health system for the whole body. It's actually an informational wellness system, and it's documented as re-enameling teeth, tightening up the gum line pockets. And this is 2 different persons here, where the dentist had a tooth that the dentist was done with. They wanted to pull it. It was loose in the socket and infected with subject 1 here on top. And then 6 weeks later, brushing morning and evening, the tooth is tight in the socket and the infection's about 90–95% healed. The one below had a chronic infection, loose in the socket, and had a hole in the tooth. 6 weeks later, the hole's gone, and it's about 75 or 80% healed. And so we saved, these people saved both of their teeth. This was done by Dr. Kuhn with the gas discharge visualization camera, independent of us. So that's what I love about it. And then we have the Orion essential or plant essential blends. We end up calling them essential oils, but there's no oil added. Okay, they were previously Aramindalis. Maureen St. Germain brought these to us whenever she joined the party. And so these are vibrating off the planet, and they're great for the emotional wellness also, along with the Orion disc pendant and the intention disc. We did an initial test with Glenn Ryan down in Orange County in his laboratory on the effects of DNA of the Orion plant essentials. And the Orion series oils decreased the DNA resistance 51% in 2 hours of exposure. And so that's huge. It took the resistance out of, the way I understand it, the winding and unwinding of our DNA. So we're continuing that series of tests for sure. We'll keep you posted there. So we're back to the biofield, creating the body. Another way to look at that is consider the power of the invisible again. The radio tower gives its life force energy energetically to the radio, but the radio has to tune into the tower. The tower doesn't change, okay? And so we are up, it's up to us to tune into our biofield and then protect our environment to where the biofield is not damaged with the EMF and everything, if we want to stay healthy and get healthier, regain our livelihood, our energy in life. So it's a continual dance between the physical and the field. And again, the future of medicine will be the medicine of frequencies, Albert Einstein. So your health is determined by the invisible frequency of your vibration, and we can help you effortlessly raise your vibration. This is the invisible difference again. The red and violet and green natural lasers work through clothing and at a distance. To my knowledge, they're the only laser that does. The rest of the lasers have to be on the skin and pretty close. Ours works through shoes, works through clothing, stuff like that. And distance, again, you can be 6 feet away or 6 inches away. The body brings the body and the biofield into a closer resonance. Again, that's the path of least resistance for communication. Stimulates the mitochondria to enhance cell-to-cell communication, more life force energy, brings the body into a balance and homeostasis, and then the body is able to protect and heal itself naturally. It increases microcirculation, more oxygen, and then there's the fast aid in emergencies, which I love. Glad I have that with me. But again, it makes everything else that you're doing work better. If you're going to go do a yoga workout, take 2 or 3 minutes and run the red laser over your body. You'll be better balanced. You'll have more flexibility, more strength, because your cells are communicating better. If you're using lotions and taking supplements, every supplement and has incoherent frequencies in it, so we can help override or transmute the incoherent field and make it healthier for that supplement for you taking it. So energize everything. We energize our water, we energize our food for about 30 seconds, something like that. Living the energized life, again, is what I'm all about. And everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want. You cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. It's not philosophy, it's physics. And so, you know, when you use the optimal wellness frequencies in our Vibrant Self-Care Tools, then that's what you're doing, is raising your vibration. And this is one of the next ones on my list. You know, when you're planning your future, you can step into your future. You can live into your future. If you're remembering your past, you're going to recreate your past. Just that simple. So this is one of the next ones on my bucket list. This is actually Pico de Orizaba at 18,800 feet down in Mexico. And so we actually go up over 3 miles of vertical because it's 3 miles higher from the trailhead to the top. So I'm pretty excited about that. And we have a full line of Vibrance products here to help you help yourself, help your body heal itself is a good way to put it. And so anyhow, I'm going to kind of close out the call now and see if there's anybody with any questions. So I'll give it back to the host here. Rick, do we have any questions?